The right to die bill are now one step away from winning the biggest victories so far in their campaign for a death with dignity law here in California.
The state legislature has now passed an end-of-life option bill and sent it on to Governor Brown. KCAL9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with all the details on this. Dave?
And if the governor signs it, this could have impact across the entire country. It's a big if, though. The bill would allow doctors to help terminally ill patients end their own lives after a series of consultations and approvals. If it becomes law, California would become by far the largest state to authorize such practices, and that could have an impact on other states as well.
Ayes 23, noes 14. The measure passes.
There were hugs on the floor of the state Senate when the California end-of-life option bill passed its final legislative vote after a hard-hitting debate. Supporters of death with dignity arguing that it gives long-suffering terminally ill patients one more option they may want to consider.
We are talking about giving people a choice. We are not saying they have to take the medication. They are there if the person decides they have had enough, that they want to be able to transition out of this life with their dignity.
Let's call this bill what it is. It's not death with dignity. It's assisted killing. This is state-assisted death, physician-assisted death, and yes, in some cases it will be relative-assisted death.
The vote to pass a Right to Die Act similar to a law in Oregon came too late for Brittany Menard, who was a newlywed and had a doctorate from UC Irvine. She suffered from terminal brain cancer and ultimately moved to Portland, where she legally ended her life. Before her death, she became the poster child for the campaign to enact an end-of-life law in California, recording this video.
And I would like to see all Americans have access to the same health care rights.
Her husband, now widower Dan Diaz, was present at the Capitol when the bill received final passage. Here's how the law would work if the bill is signed by Governor Brown. Terminally ill patients who wanted to end their lives would have to be making an oral and written request to a doctor for the assisted suicide drugs. Then they'd be making another request to the same doctor within 15 days. Then a second doctor must sign off on the fact that the patient is mentally stable and has a diagnosis of at most 6 months to live before prescription is given. Former LAPD Sergeant Christy O'Donnell, another long-suffering cancer patient, has been one of the leading patient voices calling for a right to die law in California.
I can't take any more pain. I don't want to suffer anymore. And we don't want to see our loved ones watching us suffer anymore.
But critics charge the bill passed by the legislature leaves open the possibility of some negative consequences.
I'm not going to push the old or the weak out of this world. And I think that could be the unintended consequence of this legislation. And I think this is what will happen, is that society will take a different view of life.
Now, the big question tonight is whether Governor Brown will sign the end-of-life option bill into law. Brown is a former Jesuit seminarian, and the Catholic Church strongly opposes the bill on ethical and moral grounds. But Brown has given no indication of where he stands on the bill. His spokesman sent me an email today saying no reaction from the governor at this time. Lena?